Me, 45F, with my daughters 17F and 16F. I like one more than the other and I'm having trouble not showing favoritism. I made this account a while ago to comment on a post, so I figure it'd be good to use as a throwaway for this. So my daughters were born pretty damn close together. Their birthdays are only 10 months apart because I got pregnant pretty much immediately after having the other. Their entire lives they have always been best friends. My eldest is Sam, 17, and the year below is Izzy, 16. These girls have been absolutely inseparable since Izzy was born. They'd read each other's stories, play with their dolls, do each other's hair, held hands everywhere they went together, and they look incredibly alike too. People have mistaken them for twins when they were younger. We've always had a pretty tight-knit family, me, husband and the girls. We have family film/game nights and regularly take trips together. These girls are my entire world and I'm feeling absolutely riddled with guilt over the last 2 years because I'm really starting to dislike my youngest, Izzy. Obviously they weren't going to stay the same forever. From the age of about 13 onwards was when they both really started to diverge with their personalities. I completely expected and thought I was prepared for this. I can still remember when I first started to feel like I was becoming my own person, and I know it's a confusing/emotional roller coaster for teens, so I try to be as open and understanding as possible in regards to their choices. Both girls are currently doing their A-levels in college, UK. Sam is studying biology, chemistry, mathematics and some kind of animal welfare subject. Her goal is to go into veterinary course at uni, and she currently volunteers at our local vets helping out with the animals. She's always been a sweet girly girl, and only got more feminine as she entered her teenage years. I'm also rather girly, and me and Sam regularly go get our nails/hair done together, go shopping, and enjoy baking together. At the end of each day at school she'll come home and make us both a cup of tea, and we'll chat about how our days went. Boys, she's interested in her classes, drama with her friends etc. She's by no means the popular girl at school but has a group of about 10 close-knit friends that she hangs out with a lot, and often the girls will sleep over at my house, do each other's makeup, even join us on our movie nights. Sam is by no means shy, but hates making people upset, so will avoid confrontation like the plague. Izzy on the other hand has begun to get very involved in political issues and current events. She lives off of the news channel, and is always passionate about some cause or another. She gets along rather well with her father in this aspect as they like to debate about the government and upcoming policies. She means well in her arguments but can be a bit opinionated at times, and when someone disagrees with her, instead of calling peace and agreeing to disagree, she likes to keep the discussion going until she understands why someone thinks like they do. I understand that she's curious about how the world works and I won't squash that, but it does get a bit tedious hearing but why do everything we talk about. She's currently studying politics, psychology, business and economics as her A-level subjects. She doesn't really have any friends from school, and lives on websites like Tumblr chatting to people who care about her causes. I try to involve her in mine and Sam's trips out shopping and she declines, saying she'd rather stay at home. To try and be more inclusive, I suggested she pick some activities and we'll do them with her if she doesn't like the girly activities, but Izzy will again decline, saying she'd rather hang out with people who have the same mindset as her. I tried to organize something with just me and her to do instead, so I had alone time with her just like I do for Sam, but she responded with something along the lines of like, you'd be able to understand anything I'm involved with anyway. Her most recent thing has been the Free the Nipple campaign along with growing out her leg hair, and has been ranting at Sam for being a slave to gender stereotypes by liking dresses and boys and makeup. At our movie nights, Izzy will try and psychoanalyze the characters in all the films, even ones she's picked, and complains about the character tropes and forced romances throughout them. It's completely ruined movie nights, so last week I didn't even schedule one so I didn't have to deal with it. I know Sam is upset by all of this because she's cried to me a few times, but each time I bring it up to Izzy she says she doesn't care and we should check our privilege. I've tried grounding. She just sat stubbornly on the floor all night, suspending her allowance. She said money doesn't control her, taking her phone away from her. She says we let technology control our lives anyway, and nothing seems to work. I hate it because I want to love my daughters equally, but I really don't like Izzy right now. She's being a bit self-righteous, policing everything her sister Sam wears/says/does and calling her a slave. My husband seems to think it's just some silly teenage rebellious phase and she'll calm down soon, so he's not as upset about it as I am. He also enjoys political debates with her, so he tries to take the heat away from the discussions when me or Sam are present. One time when Izzy openly called Sam subordinate arm candy when she was going out on a date, he told her she's not allowed to talk to her sister like that and she was grounded, and Izzy snapped, "Oh, now you're playing favorites too? F off then," and stormed upstairs. He's been trying to talk to her calmly about her attitude and how he loves her, and he understands her side of things, But can't just be this rude to everyone. But he recently got a new project at work and has been working long-hour shifts, so he's not around that often. I just don't know what to do. Is this a phase? How do you even deal with this? If anything, her behavior is making me like Sam even more for being such a good kid, and so I feel like it's a never-ending cycle. I have tried to include Izzy in so many things and she just debates any topic possible, tells me all my choices are wrong. Sam will be off to uni in September and then it'll just be me and Izzy at home. How the heck do I navigate this? TLDR, youngest kid Izzy, 16F, is very politically charged and argumentative, and I'm starting to dislike her personality. How do I get along with her and stop playing favorites? Relevant comments. Commenter 1. One of the most important debate/relationships tools to teach Izzy is, once you start name-calling, you've lost your argument. Debates and jokes are fun until someone else gets hurt. OP replies, that could be a good tool. Usually because she gets so passionate about these things I end up trying to calm her down and justify her because I think she might feel like it's me and Sam versus her opinions. The next time she insults someone I think I'll definitely try just ending the discussion on the spot and doing something different. Commenter 2. It's great Izzy is passionate, but she needs to seriously learn some respect. She should not talk to anyone in your family the way she does. She should not be telling her father to F off or being extremely rude to her sister, not to mention how dismissive she is of you. She acts like you won't understand her interests, insinuating that you're stupid. I would take away all her privileges, no phone, no internet, grounded, etc. until she can be more respectful. Also, please reassure Sam that it is okay that she likes being a stereotypical girl. The whole point of feminism is that a woman can be whatever she wants to be, not that she can be whatever she wants to be with the exception of being traditionally feminine. Keep up your time with her and ride out the storm with Izzy, hopefully this will pass when she matures a little. OP replies, that's what I try to do, but considering they're polar opposites right now I don't know if they're taking me seriously or if they think I'm just saying it to make them feel better. It's like I'm turning back and forth going, if you want to give up bras Izzy, go ahead. Who needs them? It's great you feel confident enough to go out without them. Wearing bras doesn't make you anti-feminist Sam, a lot of people find them super comfy and easier to wear. Plus there's some super pretty ones out there so they make a lot of women feel sexy in them. No, Izzy, I'm not saying women can't be sexy without bras. Sorry. I want to tear my hair out. When suggested Izzy needs to get her temper and outbursts under control. As I've said in another comment, Izzy has just joined a debate team/club one of her classmates just set up at her college, so hopefully she'll be able to find a structured way with her peers to debate, learn it isn't always about being right, and get some of her frustration out before she returns home and takes it out on me and Sam. Others have been really helpful in sending me lists of films/TV shows that she'd probably be interested in, but I know she's always loved reading, so the books could be a good idea. Update. So I know it's only been about 3 weeks since the last post. Already a lot has happened, and there's probably a lot more work to do, but I just want to thank everyone for their advice and let you know that progress has been made. LONG. It was clear from all the comments that there were a few issues I had to deal with. One was to actually involve myself more in Izzy's life and interests, and 2 was to stop letting her get away with hurting Sam so much and teach her that she can't talk down at people like she is. 3 is to ride it out as much as I can and hope that she mellows out over time like a lot of commenters said they did as they aged. So the first thing I did was make a list of all the films/TV shows recommended by people here to look into, to try and find some things I can watch with Izzy to make her feel included. It was a long list and I think we got some really good options that will appeal to the whole family. The first thing I tried out is Steven Universe, as just about everyone on here suggested it for me. Izzy actually walked in on me watching it about 5 episodes in, so much for one taster episode to see if it was any good, and sort of paused in the doorway and asked, you actually like Steven Universe? I said one of my coworkers had recommended it as a cute show to watch and I actually kinda love it. Oh, I wish I could have taken a picture of the smile on her face. She immediately jumped onto the sofa and started quizzing me on how far along I am, who my favorites are, if I like this show then I'll love X, and started listing off other shows, a lot of which were on my list to try out. I told her we could try all them out, I actually already have a few, and reinstate film night, but under a new condition to make sure we don't run into any issues again. I purchased some dry whiteboards and pens and proposed the following idea: during all films and TV shows, there is to be silence, as I would like to watch something without it being talked over. However, we write down questions/topics we want to talk about on the boards throughout the film. At the end of it, we designate a discussion time to talk all about it. Izzy agreed to it and said that was probably fair, so that was one win. We've had 2 film nights since then. The first one we watched was Legally Blonde and she was constantly scribbling on the board. The discussion after went pretty well, I feel. Izzy did most of the talking about how empowering Elle Woods is, but I tried to engage her so she didn't feel like I was just glazed over and ignoring it. Sam has at this point finished her exams and took up her volunteer work pretty much full time, so it was just me and Izzy doing this, which I thought gave some nice quality time. I tried to find some activities for us to do together that aren't hair/nails and thought she might enjoy a hike as we live pretty close to a national park here, so I suggested that one day. I was turned down, but that's fine. I'm not expecting an immediate turnover. I'll just keep suggesting things every few days to let her know I do want to do things with her. We've been watching Orange is the New Black since that came out, along with Steven Universe and Sense8 now, so I still feel like we're making progress. Since Sam took up the extra work, she's not really in the house much anymore, so her and Izzy have clashed a lot less naturally. I still took down some of the comments you guys suggested, like how by shaming Sam for what she's wearing, is doing the opposite of feminism, but Sam actually beat me to it. So far only one has been made when Sam wore a small playsuit out one day as it's been getting pretty warm here. Izzy said something like, "Wow, I didn't think it was possible to wear any less clothing than you normally do. Who's this for then?" But before I could even say anything, Sam went me, "Because I look damn good in it. Maybe you should try one, it's pretty empowering looking this good," and skipped out the door. I was stood in shock for a second as Sam has never returned fire before, and is kinda did the same for a second before storming off upstairs. She hasn't made another comment since then. This was shortly after my first post, and I'm not sure if it's because they just don't see each other often or was genuinely shut up by one comment from Sam. So I'm in limbo waiting for that one to come around. While taking Sam out for uni supplies one day, I asked her how she feels about Izzy's behavior, because I really don't want her to be negatively impacted by all this. She said that she gets a little upset when Iz makes the comments, but she knows that she thinks she's coming from a good place and doesn't take it to heart. She also said that Iz would probably chill out after a few years, and when she goes off to uni she'll be away from it anyway, so she's riding out the storm until September. Me and Sam aside, the new debate group I mentioned in the comments is just joined has now become a big thing for her, which I also think has been mellowing her out a bit. She's been going to sessions quite regularly. I asked her if they had audiences and if I could come along sometime, and she said maybe in the future. It's new right now, so it's really just class debating. She's also become really close really fast with another girl in the group. We'll call her Anna. Apparently they take the same subjects but are in opposite classes, so they never met before this debate group. Either Anna is at our house or Izzy is at hers every day for the last 2 weeks, so I'm glad she's made a close friend she can talk to. She's barely been on her laptop since, so there's also less of the internet/Tumblr fueling her behavior. Since Anna came along, Izzy has been significantly less argumentative and rude. She's been skipping around the house in an almost dreamlike state, and it's making my heart melt to see her this happy. I suspect Anna might be slightly more than just a new friend, but I'm not going to push anything. Izzy can talk to me whenever she wants to. As for her dad, his project at work is wrapping up, so there's now less late nights and they're back to the political chit-chat over breakfast and seem as close as ever. So overall, I think things are improving. I'd like to thank everyone that took the time to comment. I read through every single one. I will continue bringing up activities and shows that you've suggested over time. I have a list saved of them all on my computer to keep asking her about. Eventually maybe Izzy will let me take her on a hike or go to see a play together. I just have to keep trying. I'll also punish her where appropriate if she calls out me or Sam for what we wear or our hobbies, because it's not okay to be rude. It's a weird line to walk right now of curbing rude comments while also suddenly making more of an effort to take part in her interests, but I think I'm giving it a good go. TLDR, I'm starting to find common ground with Izzy. She's made a close friend. That is mellowing her out. The debate team has taken off and Sam is standing up for herself. It's going well so far. I hope you guys like this video. If you did, make sure like, comment, share and subscribe the channel Relationship Drama Stories.